Hey everybody.
What's going on, world?
We're back.
Yeah.
This is your girl Dani.
It's your guy TJ.
And this is yet another episode.
Another episode of Lovers Quarrel with Dani and TJ. TJ and Dani, all that good shit.
My name comes first.
Whatever. Who's the star?
Me, nigga.
That's crazy to me. You're outrageous.
Whatever. So, okay, you know what? So I always ask the listeners how they're doing because I'm always wondering how, making sure y'all are good. But let me divert my attention to my husband. How are you doing?
I'm cooling.
You sure? You good?
I appreciate you asking me how I'm doing.
I'll try and bring you in with us.
Yeah, because you typically don't.
I don't.
Never care about me.
Not that I don't care, but they're more important.
That's what married life is about, people. The husband don't matter.
That's a lie.
100%.
It's a lie.
100%.
I'm just trying to be good to our fans. But we
call them fans. I'll call them lovers.
Whatever. Moving on. So, as always, it's time for some elevator talk.
Yeah, but before that, we have a guest.
We do have a guest.
You've been slipping on that. You've been messing up.
I know, because we always formally introduce them later.
I know, but listen, they ain't in the room. That's kind of disrespectful.
Okay, my apologies. I don't mean to be rude, but yes, we have a guest. We have Mornin Afta here.
Yes, Baltimore's own.
Yes.
So, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Mornin Afta.
Ooh.
Yeah.
He sang, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every time I touch the mic, I'm gonna do that. Every time I touch the mic, I'm gonna hit a note. It's just that's what's needed. That's what's needed every time I come around. So just be prepared for me to oversing.
Okay. Listen, you are first,
artists,
our talent. So we're excited to have you here.
And people, we're gonna get more into Mornin Afta. You'll get to learn more about him, his music, all that good stuff. So go ahead, Dani.
All right. Elevator talk.
Go ahead.
Going up.
Okay. You starting off?
I'm starting off.
Okay.
So we already know, y'all know I'm a teacher, and it's a little corny and it's a little tidbit, but I'm a kind of a teacher nerd. So it's, the summertime, school is out, but I'm already thinking ahead to next school year. And I was talking to TJ earlier about this, about how I didn't understand what you were texting. I want to do I've been I got a book I want to read because I want to, introduce this book to my kids because it's about, cells and DNA, but it's this science fiction story. And now I want to I think I want to do an X-Men crossover with my science unit. So every time we go over a different topic, we're going to also focus on a different X-Men and their superpowers. I teach middle school, so trying to keep the kids engaged. Mm-hmm. So even though it means kind of nothing to everybody else, but in teacher world,
do you love it?
I do. It gets me excited. So it gets me excited that I found another way to hopefully keep my kids engaged as we move through the school year.
You find out they don't care about superheroes.
They do.
They don't care about X-Men. They do. DC.
No, my kids ain't like that. So we've had whole conversations about the DC, well, not really, Marvel universe. We've gone at it. So I'm just, teacher nerd moment. I'm excited. So
I'm gonna stay on the up.
All right.
And then I'm gonna have to address something from last week. But
okay, go ahead.
LeBron James.
Oh yes.
LeBron James. So listen,
my best friend in my head.
Yeah, he's coming home to LA. I've been telling people this.
TJ has been on this for a very long time. I owe him $1.
He's coming to LA because listen, his son is going to high school. He's lining it up 4 years so that way when his son is a rookie, he can sign with whatever team his son's gonna be on. They're gonna be the first father-son duo playing. Listen, I gotta respect him.
Do you follow sports?
Yeah, I follow sports. I mean, that guy, I think it's not just him. He's a business. Once you get that big, everything that you make is an executive decision. Yeah. So some of it is personal. Some of it is 100%. This is definitely what we can make your brand bigger, I
mean, going to LA, that's where all the stars go.
Yeah, that's where the money talks.
And then his family, he made a family decision. He went to a team that's been trashed. Everybody said he was afraid to play in the West. So now he's going against it, and then he got to go against the Avengers, known as the Warriors. They just signed DeMarcus Cousins for Air, so we're gonna see how this is gonna work. So I'm excited about that.
Next season about to be crazy.
Yeah, again, a lot of people upset, but listen, it's still competitive. Yeah, what's the name is the favorites, but we've seen a lot of favorites lose. Mike Tyson was a favorite at one time and got knocked out 3 times actually. Oh. So. And then I wanted to just touch on On last week's episode, we had Sam Whiteout, which is also a positive. It was super dope to finally get to sit down with him
Pick his brain.
because we've been trying to interview him for months.
Yeah.
And so we finally got to pick his brain, and he touched on a topic of inclusion.
Yeah, membership in our organizations.
And he said that my fraternity, Alpha, was the only ones who had it in writing that that white people or other people couldn't be a part of it. And I just wanted to clarify that it wasn't that we weren't inclusive, but when we were founded, it was at the times that we were founded for African American students, and the bylaws stated that was for Negro students, and that changed as we progressed, and there was more white people who wanted to join our organizations, but at that time people didn't want to join our organizations. But I just wanted to clarify that because I don't want people to think that Alpha was being like trying to segregate or being prejudiced.
Yeah,
so
excluding others at some point.
So I just want to touch about that real quick. But
thank you for that clarification.
Mornin, you got anything?
I mean, during that time, like you said, they didn't want to be a part of anything that we created. So it's like when we said that, it was like a no-brainer. Like, okay, we don't want to be a part of anything. We don't want your water fountain. Yeah. So why would we want something that you create out of your brain and just have a group of people together? Yeah, that's what it was like to them. Yeah. They didn't know it was going to evolve until it evolved. Then,
exactly. You know what I'm saying? It was made out of survival at the time. You know, we was at an all-white institution, and we had to fight for everything. So, you know, again, I don't... This isn't to bash Sam. This isn't to say anything negative against him, but... You know, we just do need to make sure that everything is on the up and up and said right, because I don't want people to be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. TJ, you let this slide? Nah, it's not.
That, or, you know, the alphas, now it comes out that the alphas hate white people or anything like that. So, you know, I just think it needed to be clarified.
Just the editor's note, you know, that's what all, you know, news publications, when something's, you know, you come back with more information, you make a little editor's note.
Shout out to my guy, Sam.
Yes. That was a great episode. Mornin After. Do you have any? Are you gonna keep on the up, or you got anything that's grinding your gears right now? You got anything great going on that you want to share with the world?
I like the energy that my city is bringing right now.
Okay.
I like that we got people that are starting to get into the industry, starting to understand the industry. We got more videographers. We got people that just want to be a part of the world. You know, in general, you see what I'm saying? Like, y'all, you guys are doing something that a lot of people weren't doing. And for you guys to even think of this is a change for the culture. You know how many people that you're impacting and people want to do the exact same thing that you're doing? So I'm proud of the city because I need influence. So I like to look at people that are surrounding me. Like, all right, you know, I need some motivation because I motivate a lot of people, but sometimes people that are the hardest workers, they need some motivation too. So I look into myself, but I also look into people and like their drive as well. So I'm really feeling that city's energy right now.
Dope. I like that. Yeah, sometimes you gotta have somebody to put the battery in your back sometimes, like kind of keep you boosted. But with that being said, we're gonna roll right along to our relationship tip of the week. And this always, of course, is about anybody. If you're in a romantic relationship, it's a friendship, a family, kinship, whatever you want to call it. So this tip of the week is: be vulnerable. Emotion does not equate to weakness.
Okay.
And I say that because people are, you know, notorious, especially in the society that we live in today, to be quick to put walls up. And you're not supposed to let your guard down for just anybody. People have to earn it. They have to, you know, I mean, your trust, your respect, your love. But once they do, you know, it's not a bad thing to let your walls down, to let your guard down, and to be somewhat vulnerable. It's not okay. It's not a bad thing to show emotion to the people that you're closest to, because, you know, although we've all had probably experienced it where it's come back to kind of bite us on the ass, at the same time, you don't want to necessarily close people out or have missed opportunities because you weren't willing to be vulnerable. So, you know, obviously you need to take this tip and use it with precaution, or, you know, be mindful about how and when you use it, but just letting you know that it isn't a bad thing to be vulnerable when you get to that space that you feel like you can be?
I think it's like that in relationships. I think it's like that in all types of relationships that you should be vulnerable to someone that you trust, someone that you love. Like, I forgot who said. I think it was in a couple rap songs. It was like my circle smaller. Pretty much, if I get killed, it's because of the people that were closest to me, because those are the only people that I let everything out to. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it should be like that. I feel like y'all should not hold any secrets. Y'all should move. I mean, that's how you're gonna grow. Like once you let all your vulnerabilities out, and y'all just figure out how to make each other stronger. So I think that's with lovers. I think that's with friends. But like you said, that's gonna take some trust and some.
Absolutely.
And they gotta earn it for real.
I think it comes with maturity, though. I think it comes from like living life and seeing things and realizing. I mean, again, you do have to do things with people, but seeing how when you fucked up, how that individual react. You know what I mean? So you don't got $1 to your name, but they like, don't worry about it. I got you. That, you know what I mean? You see that they got you in that situation. So I think with maturity and living, you can kind of, you learn to be vulnerable with people. So and if that picked up, it seems like it's about to thunderstorm outside.
Because it's hot as hell out here, and so when it gets too hot.
I thought it was somebody rolling
Nah.
stroller upstairs or something.
If you live on the planet Earth right now, it's hot as shit everywhere. That it's summertime, and you know what happens when it's hot and humid. After a while, that weather is like, oh, I'm going to hit y'all off with a little bit of rain, but it's gonna make a bunch of noise too. But
Florida.
Yes. So that's our relationship tip of the week. And now
for that, we are going to go to our break from our sponsor.
Dum-dum.
And then we'll come back with Mornin Afta.
Yes.
Hey friend, it's time for you to ditch those workout gloves and get the grip and wrist support you deserve. What do you suggest? You need to get the Gaines Load and Lock grips by Gaines Sports Gear. They are more durable than gloves, have a non-slip grip pad that provides grip support and added wrist support unlike your traditional workout gloves, and will protect your hands from calluses. Do they come in different colors? Not only do they come in different colors, but they are available for men and women. Do yourself a favor, go to GainesSportsGear.com. And remember, a better grip equals a better lift. Embrace the process.
And welcome back.
Welcome back, y'all.
Now we have our formal interview of our guest, Mornin Afta.
Yeah.
24-year-old Baltimore native, college grad Morgan alum, member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, and most importantly, right now, he is a singer, an up-and-coming talent from Baltimore. So, welcome.
'Cause it's morning after.
Yes, hit us with those notes again.
No.
So, let's start off with this. I know I kind of just gave a very surface level introduction of you, but tell our lovers, our listeners, a little bit more about yourself.
Well, one thing about me, I like to try to do the hardest thing and just get it complete. Like everything. Like I said, I'm going to go to school. I'm going to pick the hardest major. I'm going to join the hardest frat.
Debatable.
Shots.
Like, I was like, I'm going to do everything. I'm going to run for Mr. Morgan. I'm going to try to get I was like, everything that's hard, I'm going to just try. And if I fail, I fail. So that's when it came time for the talent. When I was young, I said, I don't want to rap. Everybody around my neighborhood rap. I want to sing.
Okay.
And that's how I really taught myself how to sing. So when people say I want to learn how to sing, it was impossible to sing. I wasn't born with a gift to sing. It's like I was born with the same gift that anybody has. Like you can just hold a note. Like everybody had some type of choir when they was young. It's just like, all right, I did that, but now rapping is kind of like played out because I understand how to talk, and that's what rapping is, talking and just communicating.
That's
I'm like, now I actually want to hold words. So I think everything that I try is hard, and that's where I got to where I'm at now as far as like just wanting to do R&B and do singing like this. What I'm doing it now.
So you taught yourself how to do it.
I taught myself, and I'm still learning. Like this is like literally this is a trade. This is not even a skill. This is a trade that I'm learning, and I'm steady just sharpening my iron by doing vocal exercises, and everything is self-taught. Like, but it's possible. Like we got YouTube, we got we got iTunes now, Apple Music, where you can literally everything's free. So I can look up vocal exercises, and somebody might got it where you gotta buy an iTunes package, but now we got Apple Music. Everything is free. So if I got Apple Music, I can listen to anybody who got vocal exercises, on here.
Makes sense. Yeah.
So
my line brother, he's a singer, and he actually teaches like singing and
vocal lessons,
how to hold your breath, how to stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's dope that you know what I mean, that you taught
Hey
yourself.
Jamal.
Yeah.
So here's a little almost like a little icebreaker question, and we can all answer it if we like. What is one song that would be on the soundtrack of your life? So if we said Mornin After, these are the songs that sum him up, what's one song that would be on that track list? Okay.
Well, I ain't mad at you because when I think of that, it's just like, everybody has their own opinions, everybody has their own views, but as long as you're striving, I think you're gonna be the person that you are destined to be. So when people don't see that in you, I'm not mad at you for not seeing that. I mean, how can I? You see your view from your life. You see where your life goes. You might not even see where you go is where where I go is where you can go. So so we might not have the same view. So that's the type of mindset I got. Like, I'm not mad at you for thinking what you think because we only human.
I like it. Do you have a song, or you want me to go?
Nah, if I had to choose, I'm gonna choose Through the Wire, Kanye West.
Okay,
Listen, I mean,
that's old Kanye, so I'm not totally mad at it. But
all right, and Jesus, I am a God.
that was Kanye West.
See, Dani's like canceled Kanye, so she don't want to hear nothing Kanye. I can separate the artist from the person, but I mean, what the song stands for, what he did to make that song, he did it with a broken jaw because he had the car accident, and just I feel like getting through the wire. Like, you gotta get through it. Like,
but you know what?
Life throws shit at you.
Me being an artist, I look at I'm pretty sure y'all look at y'all skill set different than I would look at the same thing with me. So with me, I feel like it was. I'm pretty sure he made mad songs that had the wire, but it was just that one. It was like, yo, you're actually talking about, you having it, so why not have it? And he probably was like, nah, that's too commercial. I got all these other songs. You can hear it, like just like 50. 50 Cent. He was recording and his mouth was shut too.
Yeah.
And he was like, but he never made a song about it. But who would ever thought, something? It might have been corny to him, but once he realized, like, I can do that. That's like me, like, oh, I got a beard. Like, I'm talking about I got a beard. Let me just push this.
For me, I just knowing Kanye's story about how they didn't fuck with Kanye. Like, he was the producer. Yeah. That's all you're gonna do. We don't want you to be a rapper. Jay-Z did not fuck with him at all, and he literally had to fight. And I just feel like in life we have to fight. I mean, anything worth having, you gotta fight for.
That's crazy. Somebody like Kanye, who's a great producer and also great, he's great at making songs. Like, it was a Flashing Lights, those songs like that. Like, Can't Tell Me Nothing, and that's when Jay-Z would be like, nah, I don't want you, but it's like, even the greats can't even see it, and you really have to see it in yourself, because you can make people a believer, and they be like, okay, you got it, but I don't know if you got it, got it all the way, but you got some of it. So imagine somebody telling Kanye West you can't do that, and that's when after that you did it. So I mean, that's really hope for everybody, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sometimes you gotta show them better than you can tell them.
What's your song?
So, mainly because I think, in this last couple months, obviously, these songs have always kind of been coming up because of, my dad's passing and stuff like that. So, literally the earliest song I can ever remember is a song by James Brown called Gravity. So, I picked that song because it reminds me of my father. It's, one of the earliest songs I remember being 5 singing it, and it's just a funny story that goes along with it is that my kindergarten teacher in the song James Brown spells the word gravity, and so I went to school and I'm spelling gravity and I'm 5 years old, so my teacher was like, she's a genius, oh my god, And so I just remember my dad picking me up from school and the teacher was like, Mr. Freeman, did you know that Danielle could spell the word gravity? And he busted out laughing because he was like, Yeah, I know she could spell it because we listen to this song on the way home every day, and it's in there. So I would add it onto my soundtrack of my life because it reminds me of like a really happy time, a little funny story, and it's and my appreciation of James Brown's music. So that would be one song that goes on the soundtrack of my life, and of course probably the other 12 would be Beyonce. But you know, whatever. But that's good. That's good.
Bias much? So are you biased much?
A touch.
Okay.
A touch. I can admit that.
How did you come up with the name Mornin Afta?
I didn't come up with the name Mornin Afta. They came up with the name Mornin Afta.
Okay.
Okay, so
It's
how
like,
did
no.
they come up with the name Mornin Afta?
It's like, no. What do you think it means?
I mean, a lot of things happen the morning after.
Yeah.
Like, that's sometimes when things get better the morning after, because sometimes it's always darkest before the dawn. Sometimes you come to
Get that
your senses.
victory in the morning after, like, yeah.
Sometimes you come to your senses the morning after because you done lost your mind the night before.
Okay. Is that what y'all got?
Yeah.
Those are my guesses.
Okay, that was actually good. That was really good. That's
Thank you.
compared to what I heard a lot of other times. So, yeah, think of it like you going to a party. You know, you go to a party and then you come home and you have sex. Or you go to a party, come home, and your friend got into a fight. Your friend got shot and died. Or you come home, you know, you was popping bottles, you do money, you still got money left. You know, you had a good time. You go to sleep. You know, it was a good night. The next day, you always get up and you always reminisce. You always reflect. So I name myself Mornin Afta because I feel like my music is a reflection of like good times, bad times. Like it can be anything. Like I try to stay just anything that's authentic and just put that into music. So that's how I really came up with the name Mornin Afta.
Okay, that's dope. It's definitely
That's
the morning
different
after is
meanings.
definitely a very crucial time of reflection of whatever happened.
Yeah, I was thinking sex.
Well, I mean, we know, like, you know, we got.
I mean, it makes sense. Like, it's R&B.
So wait, is that why you call it the pill? Because you know, like the morning
The
after
pill.
pill.
The pill. I mean, when I say the pill, I don't even think of like an actual pill. But that's cool that I can play along with it like that.
It's a little
But
double entendre.
when I say a pill, I think of like a placebo. Like I could be giving you something and it's really not even what I told you it was. It was just, you know, it's mental. So I think what I'm giving you is something that could heal you, something that could treat you, something that is just it's a form of medicine, but it's not an actual pill. It's a feeling. You know what I'm saying? I think my music is a feeling. I think it's meant to get expression out.
Dope. I like that. So.
And the pill, for people who don't know, that's the name of the mixtape.
Yeah, so that's the name of my
Pill 2.
yeah. So that's the name of my EP.
Yeah.
The first one is
The pill.
The pill, and now we got the pill 2
2
coming.
the sequel.
If you had, kind of since you already kind of touched on it, if you had to describe your musical style in, let's say, 3 words, and I'll give you some flexibility, some wiggle room, but what would those 3 words be? So if you had to like tell people what Mornin Afta's music is about in 3 words, or what it does for people, what would they be?
I would say authentic. I would say warm. And
Would you say healing?
thoughtful.
Oh, thoughtful?
I would
Okay.
say thoughtful.
I was going to say, because you mentioned like how kind of like you went to heal people. So that's how I was also going with that too. So authentic, warm, and thoughtful. I like that, which is sometimes what the industry is not always in possession of.
Yeah, when I say warm,
authenticity.
warm is like, I think it's like you know how you feel when you're cold, you know.
Yeah.
It just is in the middle where like when you feel warm, it's good. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. It's warm. It's just good feel right music.
Yeah.
It's authentic because it's me and I'm getting every circumstance from something I lived through. And then thoughtful because I'm thinking about somebody. I want my music to one day change people's lives. You know, like, you know how Michael Jackson had that effect where I don't think no artist has that right now, where he come in and people literally pass out and people like, oh my gosh, just wanna. I remember Will Smith. Will Smith just got on Instagram.
I know. I follow him. He's so good.
Right,
he's so great on Instagram.
He's a goat.
Yeah.
And he told his story about Will Smith and like how much of a fan he was. Like the first time I met Will Smith, I got shoved in a closet because Suge Knight was fighting somebody, and winds up Michael Jackson was in the closet with me.
What?
We both of us in it, but he was like so much of a fan. It was just funny, but it's just like he had everybody like starstruck and everybody because like his music was timeless. Even if he wasn't writing it, like everything he just executed, he was really born into it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, imagine just being born into it. Like you, that's all you know how to do best.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool. So yeah, I want my music to change the world. You know, R. Kelly had him. You know, just Japan. Like people don't even know the words; they just know the feeling of it. And like you know what I'm saying. That's what I want.
Yeah, music is definitely universal. So it doesn't matter what language you speak. You feel it. Like people get the emotion out of the tone, the melody, if you don't even understand the lyrics, but like the passion behind the singing. I definitely can understand that.
But what I do think, I think that all artists, it's like to say, okay, when I'm gone, I want my music to still live on and cause a message. I think that happens with everybody. When everybody passes away, like, okay, their music is, like, you look into their music and say, all right, I can take this from their life. But to have that and, like, not change it, not think of that because they passed away, but feel like that beforehand and feel like that just in general. It's just a difference. You know what I'm saying? Like, people, it's like, for example, like the XXX Tenacious guy. Like, Tenacion. I didn't know his name was pronounced like Tenacion, so somebody keep on saying it.
Yeah.
So, like, a lot of people saying his songs are meaningful, this and that, or like he passed away, so a lot of people are expressing their love for him. However, it's just like, I feel like that was kind of expected compared to, like, I don't know, it was music, it was good music, but it wasn't like Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Like Michael Jackson, it's something that's gonna last. Like, it can go anywhere around the world, Japan, China, you know, Europe, you know, Ukraine, and people gonna beat it. You know, Michael Jackson beat it. Everybody gonna want to pop their shoulder to do something to
Man
it,
in the mirror,
or get out of
like
character.
that.
You know what I'm saying? Even a gangster, he gonna at least do. You see, he gonna do something, or something gonna pop off. So
he gonna do a little moonwalk or something like that.
At what age did you say this is it? I'm gonna be a singer. I'm gonna be the artist.
No, as soon as anything I put my mind onto, it happens, and everybody will tell you that. They're like, "Hey, man, you've been doing this, or whatever you said you was gonna do, you was gonna do." Like, these are my goals in life. I said this ever since I was 12.
Okay.
I said, when I was 12, this is when I decided I wanted to sing. I said, if I can go to college, I'm gonna drink. I said, and when I got to college, all of high school I didn't drink. Everybody was drinking in high school. I waited till college, and when I got accepted, I got in. I got my mans back home. We got a drink. I was like, all right, my first 1,000 from a show, I'm gonna get a tattoo from performing. And all these years, I never got 1,000 from a show. Probably got like 600, 500 from a show. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do my own show. So I did my own show. I got 3,000. Somebody get a tattoo. I'm gonna get it right on my sleeve.
That was coming. Okay.
It literally just happened a month ago. So that's like
Congrats.
checked off my.
Do you know what you're gonna get?
Yeah, I'm gonna get a whole orchestra. So y'all can probably help me out with that. I know I'm gonna get a cello, a saxophone, some keys. I'm trying to think about other instruments I should get to rap.
Violin.
A violin. And what else?
Yeah, your microphone.
A mic. I don't know if I want a mic. I feel like it's cheesy. The microphone. Why am I get this type of mic?
No, well, not this type. This ain't the type.
What type of mic? I don't want one of those stage mic. I don't know about a microphone.
I mean, I
just wanted to be like
the conductors. You should get a conductor's wand.
I had the conductor's wand.
Yeah, if you want part of the orchestra.
Yeah.
So you can do all that. You got like a cello.
Probably like sheets of music or something.
Yeah, notes or something like that. You can.
I just don't want it to be corny. I want it to be like.
It's gonna have to go like all the way around your arm though. If you can get a whole orchestra.
Yeah. So you guys gotta help me out with. So yeah. So it's that, and last but not least, I told myself my first million I'm gonna smoke. I never smoked in my life either. So it's just like everything I had the opportunity to do. It's just like, all right, I'm gonna just. When I was 12, I just said I know these are my limits, and I just I put like a concrete thought in my mind. Like I'll be telling people like this, like, don't think somebody's gonna invest in you if you're not gonna invest in yourself. You know, if people not gonna support you if you don't do the things that you want them to do for you. You know what I'm saying? So like when artists be like, what do you do differently? I put a lot of money into myself. Well, that's shirts, that's music, that's studio, everything. So when people see that, they wanna help. They wanna help people that's helping themselves. You know?
That's true. You know,
good point.
you gotta. If nobody else believes in you, you gotta believe in you.
You are your own brand. You got to push yourself.
Like, imagine Kevin Hart, like, hey, I need y'all to do this part of my podcast. If y'all wasn't already doing a podcast yourself and putting yourselves on, like, it wouldn't have never happened. Like, people have to see that you want it as bad as you want it.
This is true. So, doing a little homework on you and everything, one of the things I saw was that it says, like, some of your musical influences, at least your Baltimore musical influences, are like that of Cisco and Mario, and those are obviously two very recognizable names that originate from Baltimore. But what is it about them that you admire?
I think they did it. That's the best thing I can say, that they did it. So when I go to another state and I mention their names, that's great that everybody around the world can mention their names for it to be my city. Like when you went to Bryson Tiller said the same thing about his city. I forgot where he's from, but
Kentucky.
He's from Kentucky, and he was telling me about, I think, Static Major and a couple other people that's from his city. I forgot the name of their group. Oh my gosh. I actually wrote a song for him, actually. That's crazy too. But anyway, he was talking about how much the people that made out his city, that he has so much respect for them because, they did it. So it's like you want to follow their footsteps, or, it's just they're the first, they're the GOATs, they're the OGs of it. So
have you ever met them?
I've met Mario before.
Okay.
I actually sung on stage with him before when I was like 15.
Okay.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, it was like, it was random. It wasn't special like, I got you, Mornin. It was more like one of the kids come up on stage and there were like 16 kids up there. It was like Afro or Artscape, one of those.
Oh, okay.
And I was on stage waving my hands like a fool singing the song. But I never really knew that I was going to take singing on like all the way like this. I just knew I was trying because I still was horrible back then.
Well, I appreciate that. I saw Cisco once at Pikesville Lanes, so that's
Really?
that was my interaction with him. He was, I guess, with his like family or friends or whatever. And he was just bowling with everybody else, and I was like, oh, okay then. I didn't go up to him or anything like that, but
I don't know what to say at this point in time. I'm just like, I mean,
for discography.
Huh?
Who has the better discography?
What do you mean?
Like, who has the better collection?
like who's got like the
music?
better? Yeah. I say because you just can't. Drew Hill, what?
Yeah, Drew Hill got some
Yeah, but I
some
mean,
slammers.
if you talk about individual though, I mean, if you count that, then
If you count Drew Hill, then it's like hands down because Drew Hill got like bangers.
Yeah,
Like
Cisco.
Mario first album was a classic.
I'm not taking it away from him,
All
but
right,
I'm saying
that's
like
what I'm saying. All right.
I know you like because we were definitely listening to Mario on the way up to New York last week.
Yeah, he is dope.
They're both very, very talented.
But I never met him in like Mornin Afta form. Like, okay, if Mario would have like met me, I'm like, bro, I literally performed your song at least 70 times. At least I've literally performed this guy 70. That's my go-to song anytime I get the microphone. Like, you must know this, man. Anyone else in the city singing your song more than me?
That's whatever works. So, you said just your music is warm, it's thoughtful, it's authentic. Your name is about like the reflection on the good and the bad. What overall message, like especially coming from Baltimore, what overall message do you think you want to convey with your music? Like if you had to get a message out to the people listening, what would be one of those messages be?
With my music, I think it's bigger than just the music I make. It's like the whole process behind me even making the music is it's all emotion. It's all just putting out what you feel, it's all free will. It's all free will. So I mean, of course it's R&B, so I'm talking about love and I'm talking about admiration and things that I should do for a woman and things that she should expect from me and how we should help each other grow, because that's really what I feel about a woman. I respect women, and one day when I'm married like y'all, I know my wife gonna get it all. So
As she should.
it's like sometimes I be speaking, everything I speak about is like I speak in future tense. I speak about things that I've been through. So everything has to be authentic, has to be free will. It's what you love to do, and it's not more of imitating. You know what I'm saying? So
I feel that. I definitely do.
try to put some type of creativity into everything. So when people hear my music, I want them to hear, oh, he was really being creative when he did this. He wasn't trying to be like no one else.
What
I
has
wanna do the
been
same
your high as an artist? And what's your low?
You say that, what you mean?
Like your experiences. Like what was the
What's been like your
What's
biggest,
your
your highest moment? So yeah, like
of your career thus far.
And then what's been
and
like
what was like your lowest
moment?
Moment.
My highest good part is like people don't even know. My highest part is when I met Chris Brown.
Okay.
I met him in Hollywood Boulevard, I think Hollywood Boulevard at the bowling alley. I was with some videographers, and I met him. And I told the videographers, they was like living in Hollywood. I told them, like, yo, I'm about to take a picture with him. Like, nah, bro, don't take a picture with him because he, you know, just like Men in Black, you know. They ain't say this, but this is like the metaphor I got in my head. Like, it's like Men in Black. You take a picture and he just forget. It was kind of like, it's like a job. But if you go over there, actually introduce yourself, tell them who you are, it's different. You know, you don't ask for a picture, just get to know him. So I did that, and we just want to go on bowling for a little bit. I think that was kind of a big moment for me because, since, like I said, I'm self-taught. It's like once you see how things are realistic, and it's just like I'm like a movie person. Like rather than listening to a song, when I see a movie, it's like it's visual. So I see it. Like I feel like I can do it. I don't care if you flying. Like I feel like I can do it. Compared to a song, it hasn't been that many songs that made me just change. Like it's some songs that I get lost in, and I gotta listen to like 7 times in order to understand it. And that's like the creative side of me. But visuals. So when I see these artists, when I see like I've been seeing more artists lately, like King Los, he's an artist from Baltimore, and I actually been on songs with him, and it's just like growing up and seeing that it's possible. So when I see stuff like that, it's just like, nah, I can do this on my own. So it's just like once you see them, it's like, okay, he's normal. He talks just like me. Why can I not hit that note? Let me just try it 5 more times. And that's when it's just like, it just put a realization. So I think that was more important to me than like all these other shows. And like ain't nobody got to see that. It's more of self-motivation because I'm my biggest motivator. You know, you can't say like, well, maybe it was that show because, you know, that show, it could have been like, I was never the biggest artist at that show. Or, you know, I did a couple of shows. I did shows at Morgan, at Towson, at North Carolina A&T in front of thousands of people, 3,000, 4,000, 220, you know? So I think, you know, that was pretty much my high. Now my low, what would I say my low is? My low is probably when I'm not putting out music.
Okay.
And time is just wasted. And I feel like, which was probably like last year around this time.
Okay.
When I had a single out and I was dependent on other people. Like that's one thing I learned in my career I don't want to do is like depend on people. Like if I gotta pay you, I'm paying you. Like ain't nothing really for free. Like if I gotta pay you, I gotta pay you. Because you might be on your time. And everybody don't love it like I love it. And everybody don't see what I see in myself. I mean, people didn't see the songs I can make that I'm making now last year. So I might make a song next year that you never thought I would make. And it was just me working, you know. So that's why I'm at with it now, just working. And that was kind of like my lowest point. My highest point was actually meeting a celebrity that's like really big right now.
How hard is it for you to listen to music and not be in artist mode?
Like just enjoy it?
No, it's easy. Yeah. It's easy when it's an older song because like my ears, it's not a certain cadence. Okay. But and when it's a cadence that I know, it's just like I can expect everything. It's like that beat can go off and I can still just make the beat and people are like, oh, have you heard it before? Or it's words that I can just expect because it's like that just sound like it will come. Gotcha. Whether it was an easy word or something that I just knew it was gonna come. Especially with R&B, it's more intricate. So with rap, you really can predict it. With singing, I can predict it as well. Now when it's older songs, the kicks are a little off, so I can't. So it's just like I can just get lost in the sauce, and that's when it's like, yeah. So I like listening to older songs too, and just vibing out, or just songs. Older songs, like because I just start really learning. I told you I'm a self-taught singer, so I just start listening to music now. So when I go back into when I was younger, like listening to Mary J. Blige or Brandy, you know, it's just like, all right, like it's possible, but the cadence of the beat, like she got a song, there's something going on, you can think of me, and time to time to time, you can think of me, you never heard that song? Let me breathe, the one you talking to that day.
It sounds a little familiar to me. I think
okay.
That's Brandy.
Yeah, I don't know which album though, but it kind of sounds familiar because I wasn't the hugest Brandy fan, but I definitely like followed her when I was a kid. But yeah, go ahead.
So the guy, and that's actually crazy too. I actually been to the guy's house who produced that beat, Rodney Jerkins. He produced like a lot of her music. So it's just like seeing everybody that's made the music that you've been listening to your whole life, and it's just been like a mysterious, like, this just sounds good, it's coming from the gods, you know. So it's now it's like I'm actually seeing these people, they're real people, and they just put the work in. This is the program that they use, the same program that you can get on your computer for $40 or how much it might cost for you. You can get it and you figure out how to do it. So when I listen to music, it's only the older songs, back to your question, that I really get lost in. The newer songs, it's like I can really predict it, unless it's somebody who's, I mean, like, I just like listening to music and just learning at this point in time.
So when you listen to it, you're critiquing it. Yeah.
No, I'm not
a student of it.
Yeah.
No, I'm enjoying it, but it's just like, well, when I really want to like actually make some of my music, I don't want to think, all right, how can I learn? But if it's a singer and it's like it's a new singer, I might be like, why do y'all like him? Like, why do y'all like him? Like, I don't understand what it is y'all like about him, because there's nothing that's like creative about this dude at all.
I got you. So, you know, this, like I told you, before we started, this is a relationship podcast. So we always want to try and get to know our guests, and now we gotta figure out, we gotta talk about now how what you do impacts your romantic life or any relationships, quite honestly, that you had. So, you know, you're young, you're talented, you're on your grind. So far, like, how has this journey impacted your love life? So let me start by this. Are you in a relationship? Are you single? Are you dating?
I'm single.
You're single. Oh, he said that very confidently.
Singleton.
He was like, I'm gonna cut you off right there, Dani. I'm single.
Singleton.
So, how do you feel like the line of work, basically, that pursuing this path has impacted like your relationships, or the potential for relationships?
I just like motivation. I want the woman that I choose to motivate me. That's it. I mean, I'm still learning about women too. So like, I put that in my songs. I'm still learning. Like, I think the last relationship I had, like, she had attitude. I put it in the song. You know, I had a song called "She Had Attitude." And I record myself, so I really got in the house, just recorded it right then and there. So, So I just want a woman who's motivated and like who sees motivation in herself. I gotta get to know her, and I like upkept pretty women. That's what I like. I don't really care about, she gotta be thick, she gotta be this. I just want you to be pretty. If you pretty, you upkept, and your mental is right. That's what. Cause me, I want to make sure I'm clean. At the same time, I want to make sure my mental right, so we can go in and go to higher places. And that's where I'm at with it. So do I see myself being in a relationship? Yeah, I see myself being married. I see myself having kids. And I didn't think about all of this stuff until like recent in my life. I didn't want to talk about kids and like, nah, cause cause everybody in my family had kids when they was 21. But it's like, now I'm getting older. It's like everybody got kids, so it's like I talk about it. Like when I'm talking to a woman, we might talk about it. But yeah, we gotta be on the same playing field. Like, I want you to think that you could be a millionaire, just like I think I could be a millionaire.
All right. Well, there you have it.
What would be the easiest thing about dating you as an up and coming artist, as an artist period, and what would be the hardest?
I think I gotta see ambition in you. I gotta see motivation. Like, I gotta see you as a friend first. Like, as a friend, like motivation, where like, just as a friend. Like, my mans and my homies, the thing that I like about them is that they, I mean, my close friends is like, they motivate me. They do whatever they do. My man Jay, he makes sure that he do everything right with the hosting. You know what I'm saying? And so back to a relationship with a woman, it's like, whatever you doing, she could be doing hosting, she can be doing modeling, whatever it is. I want you to do your best. And since we at the bottom of like us on our grind, I can help you out. You can help me out. I might be somewhere where I'm a singer, but they got some modeling and casting calls, something like that, or some connections, some videographers. The music industry or the industry is but so big. We can help each other out. That's what I'm about. It's about that. I'm also about making a woman feel special, making her feel loved, and doing things for her, not about money, but being creative. Being creative and making memories.
Sound like you're pretty easy. It's easy and straightforward.
Yeah, I definitely think it's straightforward. So I think like if we're straightforward about what we want, that's what's gonna happen. And I don't know. It's just like first of all, I haven't found a woman that I'm gonna marry because I would be married by now. So I haven't found. I mean, y'all
young,
blessed.
but
Y'all,
you're young.
But y'all blessed. Yeah, y'all found each other. Y'all
Yeah,
found
I mean that's and listen, but we always say we the
We were
exception.
lucky,
Yeah, we were the exception, not the rule.
She was sweating me all crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, you already know that.
Don't
Don't dapping people up. We're not doing all
I
that.
was like, listen, she the one. I'm gonna keep her around.
I was sweating you.
I'm gonna keep her around.
Somebody
I was sweating. You gonna lie?
I'm not lying.
On the record.
She was sweating me.
I
I'm
was
gonna keep her around.
sweating.
She's a good one. She's smart. She's loyal.
Okay. All right, Khaled.
All right.
So,
good boy.
But one thing, like, in listening to what you were saying, are you? I know you talked about like the qualities that you're looking for in a woman, but at this point in your life and in your career, even though you know you want to get married and have kids down the line, are you seeking a relationship right now? Or I shouldn't even say seeking, but like, are you open to one right now?
I want to get to know you first. Like, it might be a place where I might move next year and like we just can't see each other. So,
Yeah.
like, you might get into a relationship. Or like, who knows what I just want to learn. I want you to learn from me. I want to learn from you.
Okay.
So that's where I'm at with it. So if we get into a relationship, we get into a relationship. If not, if we just build and get to know each other, let's make each other better. Let me motivate you to do whatever you want to do. If you want to get back to work, go back to school, you want to work out, you want to start your business, whatever you want to do, let me motivate you.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get on your nerves about it. Same thing you should do with me. And if and if we go different ways, I go to another city, let's just take the thoughts that we built and just become better people. I mean, that's where I'm at with it.
So, as an artist, groupies, are they real?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not like a OD like major artist, but you got people that just. I had some girls that actually knew like all of my songs and stuff like that. So, but I'm not like no Chris Brown yet. So it's just like, but it's just like I got people who, sparingly. I don't know. I guess every time I do. Okay, I can say that. I can say if I go to Instagram right now, people just say your beard. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like that. So it's more of an image thing.
It's flourishing.
So,
yes.
yeah, it's just more of an image thing. So. So yeah, I gotta make sure I keep my image up to par. So it's that, but I don't really pay mind to people.
Yeah.
That's.
Do you worry about that? Like as you progress in your career, like the more music you put out, the more recognition and that you get. Do you worry about maybe not having to like not be able to tell or whether or not a person is like genuinely interested in you or if they trying to ride the wave?
That's why I said I want to know the person. So that's it. I just want to see people's hearts. I want to see people's minds.
Yeah.
And I think it's bigger than money. I think it's bigger than all. I just want to see where your heart at, where your mind at. And if it's not rocking, sometimes even your mind play tricks on you.
Mm-hmm.
when you love a person and stuff like that. So I don't know. I want to get to know a person. I want to get to know a person because I've been in relationships where it's just like it might not have been right for me, but I love the person. It was something that I loved about them.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I loved that they were smart. Maybe I loved that they was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a sign that I was ignoring. So
got it.
I think before like making any decision like that, I guess I want to know.
Because we definitely can get.
That's gonna be trial and error though.
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
I might make another Usher's confession on like a good note, like oh you had a baby or something like that. Or A Boogie. You ever listen to A Boogie?
Oh yeah, he's
when A Boogie first came out, he was heartbroken. That's like even though he a rapper, he be talking about a whole bunch of guns and like that. He still like his first album was like about him being heartbroken. She left me.
Mm-hmm.
Like
yeah, he's on.
what you started.
Yeah, I like Maroon 5, and he's like on the. I guess I won't call it the remix, but like
it is a remix.
Okay, he's on the remix of this song I like called "Wait," and it's basically the wait is like all about like I'm sorry, baby, I'm like kind of like take me back, and then like A Boogie comes in and he's just like talking about like wait, I want to apologize, this and the other, like so again about that like he talks about relationship stuff too. So I do like him and I like that song a lot. But
I like that. I can't. You got more questions?
No, we got just a few more, but go ahead.
No, I was about to say I just can't wait to the day where like I'm just able to rent out a beach house and just record a project for a month.
Like Beyonce.
Like that.
Is that what she does?
She did. She took when she did not I don't know if it was Lemonade, if it was I think it was self-titled Beyonce. She like it was like Martha's Vineyard or the Hamptons or something like that. And she like had all the producers, all the songwriters, everybody
Yeah.
was like in this one big house, and then like
you said that's a dream, and everything that you said that you was gonna do,
it's gonna come to
you've accomplished,
fruition.
So.
Yeah,
Make
yeah,
sure-
yeah. It's called a writing camp. So being a part of a writing camp. I actually just got a new phone, and everything I do, I put it's like the screensaver on my phone. So I'm gonna do that as soon as I leave out of here. Put that as the screensaver of my phone again. But every time I put something as a screensaver of my phone, it happens. Like or
So
like
whenever you have the writing
I speak
camp,
a lot of stuff into
we
existence.
just
And
want to
it
invite. We just want to be there for one song.
Alright, cool.
Self-fulfilling prophecies. Those things are real.
I'm gonna just have y'all like just write down some notes. Like, all right, what's the past things y'all heard about or went through this year? Write it down. I'm
Gotcha.
gonna put it in some songs.
So, I think one thing. So, like you talked about what you look for in a partner. You talk about the things that you like. You want to build. You want to do all that stuff. So, but if we had to talk about Mornin After, we could talk about you in a relationship. What would you say your best quality is as like Mornin After in a relationship, and what's something that you feel like as a person that you also need to like work on, like the version of yourself that's been in a relationship? What is the best thing you bring to the table, and what's something that you're like, yeah, I can tell I need to work on that to be better for the next woman?
I think one thing that's always been good about me is I just like people's hearts. I remember like one girlfriend I had. My LB was like, bro, she ugly, yo.
Oh my
But,
God.
like, they told me after it was all done, cause like she cheated on me and whatnot. They was like, yo, she was ugly anyway. For real, I was trying to figure out why you liked her, but I liked it cause she was a computer science major. She was, everything. It made sense to me, and she was.
Beauty's
she
in the
was,
eye
she
of
was
the
kind.
beholder.
She was kind. Like I liked her mind, but honestly, it was like, bro, she was ugly. So sometimes I want to sit back like, yo, was she really ugly or was it?
I'm
was she
shaking my head,
Like,
y'all. Like,
was she
oh my
ugly?
God.
I don't know what it was.
Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. You thought she was beautiful.
You
Right.
may be someone that you think is
Right.
fire. Someone be like, she's trash.
Yeah,
everything
but they was
ain't
saying
for
it in
everyone.
numbers though. It was the numbers they was saying. It was like, yo, I don't understand. It was taking screenshots. Of the pictures I had. I was like, yo, but so it's that, and then it just. So one thing I can say is just my heart. So I do have a heart. So I care for the person that I'm in a relationship with. So I just want to make them better at the end of the day. So even once we end, I still want you to be successful. I don't ever wish, oh, I hope your life goes there. I might not want to talk to you no more.
Yeah.
But just know the reason why you're successful is because I planted that seed in your mind, girl. I taught you how to drive. Stop playing with me. So yeah, this is that. So I think the fact that I have a big heart, that's one thing that's good about me in relationships, and I just want to make everything better for you in your life. I think what I need to work on. What did all my girls say before? All right, I think one thing which is like some new school stuff is just like I had to stop liking pictures because I was liking too many pictures.
Oh my gosh.
I was liking pictures and everything.
See,
She was like,
that's when the communication comes in.
Yeah.
See, I'm gonna like what I like,
yeah.
and if I see something, I'm gonna say, Dani, it's over there. What do you think? And that's our relationship.
Uh-huh.
But I don't like insecure people.
Yeah.
Like if I'm dating you, but I'm liking a picture, it's just a picture. Like it doesn't mean anything. Now if you on there writing messages, sliding the DMs,
right?
Then yeah,
sitting in the
you're
movies
wrong.
and everything.
But
right?
if you just put in if you just double tapping,
Like, for example, like I was in a relationship before, right? And I like this picture. It was a cute picture, but she was like, "Why you like a? Can we curse on here?
Yeah.
Why you like an ass picture?" I'm like, "It wasn't an ass picture." She was like,
how did
"Well,
she even know?
huh?
How did she?
I didn't even know she followed this girl. She was like, I went to middle school with her. I'm like, I didn't know you went to middle school with this girl. She was like, oh, you like, it was too much. And it's like she knew everybody. It was like, I didn't know she knew everybody until I liked the picture.
So you was getting screenshots like,
Yeah.
why'd you like this one?
Why you
Why'd
like
you
this
like
picture?
that
Here
one?
you is still liking pictures.
Yeah.
You still liking pictures of naked girl. I'm like, I'm not liking the pictures of naked pictures. It just popped up. You know?
You gotta be confident.
Yeah.
So, ladies, you gotta be confident.
So-
and fellas, you gotta,
Yeah, but we're talking about ladies right now. So
and fellas, like I said,
I mean, yeah, people should be confident.
I mean, so how do you really help a girl that's insecure? You know, or
well, I find
hard.
that, I mean,
maybe I made it insecure, or maybe a past relationship made it insecure.
that's always
I
the
don't
thing.
know.
Like
That can, but-
because people come with baggage, so like
100%.
you know, that's kind of been like a blessing sometimes for TJ and I, because since we've only ever dealt with each other, like I know he follows like some celebrities. I know he follows like people like.
You bought me the Vita Guerrero magazine.
Do you even know who that is?
No.
So it used to be a model.
She's
And
like
it was Vita Guerrero. I love this girl so much, like so much. So she wound up doing like Playboy, and Dani bought me the Playboy magazine of Vita Guerrero. Like and for me it's Guerrero, but. I think with that, you got to have that conversation. You know what I mean? You have to be able to, kind of what you said earlier, building that friendship, you know?
Yeah.
Because once you get to know someone, you kind of get to know what they like, what they don't like.
I'm going to like this ass picture, baby. But I love you.
Yeah.
I love you. It's
yeah,
just the
but
ass
I
picture.
mean,
it's
just
$20 more, though.
Just because you like a picture doesn't mean that you're doing something.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. So,
like you go and do the picture and touch and poke her ass.
No, I think it's like, you have to look at it like, you gotta see what she brings to the table, because maybe the dude that she messed with before you wasn't just liking pictures, because you know what, we're human. We can all appreciate the human form, meaning like if you see somebody that you find attractive and you like on their picture, or they have a nice picture or whatever, it could be nothing more, nothing less than just like, I think this is a nice picture, I think they look good in this picture, and that's it. But if she's coming from a history of like, my last boyfriend slid into the DMs of every picture he double tapped on, that's when like it's not your problem. But at the same time,
that should be his problem. At the end of the day, that was your last boyfriend.
Yeah, but you can see why she brings that insecurity to the table.
I get that, but that's why we need to have that. That's why we have to have the conversation to say, listen, I'm gonna like pictures. This is like, it has nothing to do with anything. I see something, I like it. That's it.
I want to talk about something though. I think, okay, for me, this has happened. Like some girls. Lately, girls just been thinking I'm the one. Like, they've been thinking, oh, I don't know. It's just like, I'm the one that's going to settle down with them. I had this girl before, and I think she had like 6 kids. Okay. so she had baggage with her. And I remember talking to her. I was like, so, what's up? Like, did you go to school? Like, what you doing? She was like, no, my family helping me out and everything. I'm like, all right, cool. How old are you? She's like 28, 29. Like, you got 6 kids. I think one of the baby fathers was locked up. It was, a ghetto love story. So I was just like, all right, cool. That's when she was like, what about you? I'm like, nah, I ain't got no kids. She was like, well, yeah, I just want another, like another baby.
Exit stage left.
Yeah, it's that, and I've been hearing like a lot of, oh, you too good to be true, or just like, they've been dealing with some type of man. I don't know what type of men that's out here, but they've been dealing with some, like, the bottom of the barrel.
There's a lot of
I'm like, you're pretty. Like, how did this happen?
And notice I said people, not just guys.
Yeah, thank you.
There's a lot of ain't shit people on this earth, and then
100%.
people get hurt, and people, clearly several times over, she's thought it was going to be one thing, and then it turned out not to be that way. So you walking around here in 2018 with no kids, and you got a career, you doing.
That's what I'm saying. I think. I don't know. We know a lot of men like us, who went to college, who got a head on their shoulders. I don't know. Lately, I've been talking to women. They be like, well, I don't know. It's just too good to be true. It's too good to be true. You graduated. You ain't got no kids. You got a job. Like, it just don't make no sense. Like, what else you doing? Like, I'm like, it's not that bad. I'm just single. That's all. I'm just single, and I'm single and young. Like, what is there to hide?
Well, that's a problem. That's a problem with society, that a young male, college educated, and that's considered a rarity. Like, that's considered like,
where
you like a unicorn. Like, I ain't never seen one of y'all before.
Where y'all come from?
But you know what? It
open
happens.
doors. Oh wow.
Yeah, it happens. But then maybe you might want to like cast your net a little wider, so that way you can kind of like you'll find some other women who are like maybe not as surprised that you exist. But you could fall into the minority in that situation of like coming to the table, but maybe not. And then especially like the older you get, the more you're gonna find that like people have lived. So they've got kids, they might be divorced, they might be that. So like that comes with time, and maturity. And maturity. At your age, like you're at that point where it kind of is more still on the like, I'm single, I might be childless, but but as the older you get, you'll find it. You'll find it, but you just gotta, if that's not what you're looking for, you just, respectfully decline, and then,
I gotta be out of here, man. Thank you. So, let me drop you up.
Where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years?
In 5 to 10 years, I see myself with a bigger affiliation. You know, so if I'm independent, I'm going to be affiliated with might be major record labels, but I still will be independent and I'll have more connections. It's either that or I'll be signed and I'll just be working on an album. I'll be touring. Those two things. So I see myself being independent with a lot of connects as far as like major connects. So I see myself being major and being a major artist working on another project.
What would you prefer if you had to make a choice? If they slid you both?
Honestly,
Red
like
pill, blue pill.
the easiest route would be to say like it would be say major because everything is set in stone for you. But the beautiful route is independent because you're in control. It's scary, but it's still beautiful because you're in control. You're not. Yeah, you're just in control of the whole thing. Like my album drop, it's going to drop. I can work with this person because I said I want to work with this person. Yeah, and you know where you kind of. I mean, I'm always gonna know where my money come from. I mean, if I'm lawyered up and I'm on top of my stuff, I'm not just being loose with it. Like I just sign papers willy nilly. So I mean, I think those two are going to come within the next 5 years, and I got to make it happen. I think
Definitely.
Well, I think that's dope. I mean, like you said, everything that you speak comes to fruition. So
I thank y'all for asking me that. I needed that question.
good. Well, we're glad we asked it because you know what, add it to your list, put it on your wall, your lock screen, so that way you can make sure it's achieved. I like that idea though too, like just having like because we're always on our phone, so like if every time you look at your phone, it's like your list of like your long term or your short term goals is there. Like it kind of lets you know like. This is what I'm always working towards. Every time I'm doing something, it's working towards these things.
I just got to find a way to do it and still keep Tatum on there.
Oh, yeah. We got to keep Tatum on there.
I can't remember.
Maybe you could, like, have her hold a picture. Well, she's a little... she probably try to eat the paper now. But have her, like, hold a list.
Don't talk about it like that, though.
That's my baby.
You're not going to take disrespect.
This is my child, too. You do know that, right?
I do know that she's your child because she's my child as well. But you can't talk about it like that.
I can talk about whatever I want. I got
don't disrespect.
41 weeks.
Do you think that if you were an artist that you would make a song about your child?
I probably would.
I think everybody. I don't know the feeling of having a child, but everybody who's an artist, they just feel like Chris Brown named the whole album after her.
Yeah.
I mean,
Blue Ivy. I think they made some songs about her too.
She changed his life. If you think about it, she calmed him down. She may have saved him. You know?
A lot of people say that. Yeah.
And you get to see. I mean, again, he made a mistake. And it was a bad mistake. Don't get me wrong, but he was also a kid, and I say he gets a chance to grow from it, and now you get to see him as a father, and you know he's practicing, but he's practicing with his daughter. Like sometimes kids save you.
Yeah, I think too. Like I'm not surprised that a lot of artists reference their children or talk about being a parent or whatever in their music or whatever art form they have, because being a parent is a whole nother like version and level of love that like you've never experienced before. So yeah, you talk about it, and then there's so many people in the world that can identify with being mothers and being fathers.
I said and it motivates you. Having my daughter motivated the shit out of me. Motivated the shit out of me. That's why I was like, all right, I'm gonna go back to school. You know, I'm gonna make sure that, you know, like me and Dani have a savings account. We never had a savings account. Been together for 13 years.
You know what? I think the most scariest part about having a kid is having a kid with somebody I don't know. I think that'll be the scariest.
Yes, because you're tied to them forever.
Forever.
So you got to be very discerning. Like you make sure that the person that you have children with is somebody that
you love.
You love, because even if the love leaves, that you need to like. You know that forever and ever you have this tie or ties to that person.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, because like kids
don't want to be miserable.
Kids are forever, and they're the best thing ever. But they are like every time someone asks me about what's like being a parent, I say it's the most exhausting, amazing thing you'll ever do. Because like they make you want to be the best version of yourselves, because now there's like a whole person that like their idea of how the world works and how the world is starts at home, and their idea of how a person is supposed to act starts at home. So you want to be like the best version of yourself especially once you have a kid, because you want them to be the best version of themselves.
Yeah, 100%. You said that very well.
Thank you. I'm good with words.
And with that concludes the interview portion
Thank you.
You know, we
Morning
want to thank
After.
Morning
This is
After.
Morning After.
Yeah, y'all hear that, ladies? Y'all hear that, ladies?
Yes. So, as always, you ready?
I'm ready. We're going to go into that Lovers Quarrel part.
Since we about to battle it out a little bit.
Okay. I don't know what we're going to battle about, but go ahead, rock out.
AKs, y'all, duck. That's what mama said when we was eating that free lunch. Oh, man, goddamn, all hell broke loose. You killed my cousin back in 94. Fuck your truce. Now crawl your head in that news. You wind up dead on the news. Ain't no peace treaty, just peace and BGs up to pre-approved. Bodies on top of bodies, IVs on top of IVs. Obviously the coroner between the sheets like the Osleys.
We're going to have to work on your delivery, but it's cool.
That's because I'm not trying to, like, I know the words, but I don't want to mess up.
You know what people go perfect with that?
What?
Shoot.
But you, like, don't be coming for me because
My
that's
fault.
the...
You got it. I don't want no problems.
Exactly.
I
Because
don't want no quarreling.
I said my verse.
You did.
That's got me ready to fight.
You won't lose. But
I'm not going to lose.
What's the quarrel for this week, love?
The quarrel for this week, since we're talking about, going for your dreams, hustling, this and the other, is this whole I sleep when I die mentality. Because I know this, you absolutely have to be committed to whatever your passion is. If it's teaching for me, if it's human resources for you, if it's singing for Morning After, you got to be committed to it. But at the same time, to sit there and always act like I feel like I gotta keep going until I collapse, then you're not even necessarily going to be around to enjoy it. So I respect the grind.
So what is your view?
My view.
What side are you on?
My side is like, I don't agree with the I sleep when I die mentality. At its
But
core,
I do.
and that's why we about to beef about
All
it.
right. So at its core,
Huh?
you said at its core.
At its core, I know that it's about working really hard and working and being dedicated to something. But to act like you don't need, like, to get to the point where, like, oh, I'm going to forego sleep all the time or whatever. You're killing yourself in order to achieve a goal, but then so that way you may not even be around
But I think
to reap the benefits, to see the fruits of your labor.
I think you're taking it out of context.
How so?
I think when they say you sleep when you die, it's kind of saying like you got to grind it out. You got to bust your ass. Like, yeah, we all should have 8 hours of sleep, but you may have to maintain off of 4.
Sometimes you have to pause and take a break and rest and recoup and regroup yourself, because you're no good to anybody if you are, like, physically unable to perform.
Yeah, but that also means, the way I see it is, we get 24 hours in a day. You sleep for 8, let's just say, and then you have the other time. You're at work. Now, when you leave work, how many hours you have left? 6, 7, let's just say. Mm-hmm. What are you doing with those 6 or 7 hours? Mm-hmm. Are you saying, let me go back to sleep? Or are you saying, let me knock out this project? Let me dream. Let me write down my dreams. Or are you saying, let me play video games? Let me do all this other shit.
Yeah.
And that's not important. So that's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. For me, when they're saying sleep when you die, I take it as all the other shit that you could be doing, all the extra stuff, you do that shit later. Like, you enjoy that later, because when you're working, you're working. Like, bust your ass. Work until you can't work no more.
But see, and that's why I feel like where I disagree, because you should work hard, you should work well, you should work smart. And there going to be times where, maybe you're running on fumes, or you're running on a couple hours sleep and you're not getting a full night's rest. Absolutely, we all been there. But at the same time, I don't think that it should be a lifestyle, because if it's a lifestyle, like, you're literally, like, you're cutting years off your life on the back end, because you're not taking care of yourself now. Like, we know people who run off of a couple hours sleep, or I'll sleep on the plane, I'll sleep on the train, I'll sleep on the bus, in the car, and then get up and keep going. But, like, it's okay in moderation. But sometimes for your own sanity and for your own health, you have to, like, you have to regenerate. You have to regenerate.
We do have to regenerate, but I think the term is coming in the sense that a lot of people don't put their all into things. A lot of people half-ass things, and then they look back and be like, "Damn, how come I'm not successful?"
Yeah. Well, I'm not
because at the end of the day, I mean, it's kind of like basketball, you know, or any sport. You could be the best person on your block, on your neighborhood, but there's someone the next town over, the next state over, who they're not sleeping right now. They're still working. Like everyone has to continue working because there's always someone outworking you. There's always somebody who's gonna work harder than you. Yeah. So saying that to say, that's what I take from it. But
I'm not talking about misusing your time. I'm just talking about putting your own health at risk because you think that getting a full night's rest every couple of days is means that somebody's outworking you or out hustling you.
That would be irresponsible to.
But there's people who out here who adhere to that mentality, and that's why I'm saying.
Are they doing that because they have to? Sometimes you do have to sleep later. Sometimes you have to, you know, you may have to have a meeting now and then you got to go to another state and do a show and then you have to do something else. Sometimes you are going to have to sleep when you die. Sometimes it's not a luxury.
Well, that's the thing. I don't look at sleep or rest or, you know, and I'm not even just like even physical sleep, but just like a mental break, whatever you want to call it. I don't look at it as a luxury. I look at it as a necessity because I think that there comes a point in time in every person's hustle or grind where you are no good to anybody else until you have rested, rejuvenated, whatever you want to call it, and now you can come back better than ever because we all know when people get tired, when people keep grinding it out and doing whatever, sometimes that's when mistakes are made. That's when people slip up. That's when people start overlooking things because their brain literally isn't as sharp. So I'm looking at it from a more literal sense because I know and I've seen people who adhere to that philosophy in the most literal way. But I'm not talking about people not using their time wisely. I'm talking about people who just are not giving themselves a minute to pause. You're not going to necessarily miss out on anything. You're not going to. But what's for you is for you. I feel like.
And as long as you're doing, if you're using your time,
you're using your time wisely.
If you're using your time wisely,
then you also just have a right to rest.
100%. You should rest, but if you have a big paper due and you know that you have to do for a week, and then you wait until the last day to decide to do it, so now it's sleep when you die. That's different because you could have prevented that. You chose not to.
Yeah. But those aren't the people I'm speaking to.
Okay.
So, Mornin Afta.
Mornin Afta.
I love it. What do you think?
Man.
Do you think that sleep when you die is like a life motto, or you think people are sometimes taking it too far?
I think it's more you need to schedule your sleep. I think, okay, if you're not getting 8 hours, I mean,
who does at this point?
I think it's more just schedule your time. So it's like you can sleep, you just gotta schedule your time. Some people we just be willy nilly. Sometimes we spend hours on the phone.
Absolutely.
So maybe instead of spending an hour on your phone, you put your phone down, you do something that's not gonna drain you. Sometimes looking at my phone be draining. I think it's draining just the fact that I'm looking at it and I'm not doing anything else. It's just like I really wasted an hour on my phone.
Yeah, I've had moments like that where I'll look at my phone and then I literally would kind of like shake my head and be like, nah, like I got something else I need to be doing, and I'm like, all right, let me go do that. Like,
I think it's also giving your body a rest, just complete rest. So just if you're not taking a nap, just rest, because I know when I get a certain time, my voice starts to function differently.
Yeah,
like I start to get sniffles and everything. It's like what the heck is going on? But I think your body needs a schedule, and needs to understand when is what.
Definitely.
But once again, people are saying that like just don't sleep. You know, your body needs rest.
Because if you don't do it, your body's gonna do it for you. Eventually, like it's gonna come a point in time where like, you know, people end up in the hospital like for exhaustion or for whatever because
you gotta be responsible. 100%. You have to be responsible with it. But when I think of the term sleep when you die, in my mind, I'm like, if I can get 4 hours, I'm good. Like, not every day, but if I have shit that needs to be done,
but you have to compensate.
If I want to do stuff, huh?
Like if you're going to do that, you're going to need to like at least eat healthier. Like, all right, like I'm not eating. I mean, I'm not sleeping. I need to eat more carrots, need more apples. Like that's how I think of it. Like if I'm not doing this, I gotta weigh something out. You know, I gotta be a balance. So if I'm up at this time, I need to eat some apples, do something. You know, treat my body right, 'cause my body gonna respond.
Yeah,
like I know,
definitely.
even when I try like that, I'm gonna just get extra hours at work, so on this date, or when I try to go overload the day that I'm off or the day I get home, I just sleep the whole day, because my body's catching up. Your body's gonna catch up with you, whether it's that week or whether it's in a couple years.
Yeah, your body will, and that's the point I'm just trying to make. And then when I think about it too, though, all the mega stars that we look at, like, they go very hard. Like, you talking about LeBron, we talked about Beyonce, we talked about Chris Brown, and like, with social media, we get to see them when they're practicing, when they're on the court, when they're touring, when they're recording, and we see how hard they're going. But then what we also see is them on vacation. We see them taking that time to like rejuvenate and to spend time with the people that matter the most, and to rest their bodies, rest their voices, so like, even the people who we look at and you're like, there's a lot of people who always like, Beyonce got the same, the people say like, oh, Beyonce, Jay-Z, LeBron, whoever, they got the same 24 hours in a day as us. So how do they feel like they look so much more accomplished? And they do, and that's because they probably do use their time very well. But as a reward for that, time frame, they also take a moment, they take time to make memories and to enjoy the fruits of their labor. So that's what I have to say about that.
Okay.
Did I win? I think I win.
But I think, like, the reason why they work so hard is that they know, like, they're a company pretty much. They know that if my stock goes down, as far as my personal value, my clothing stock can go down. People can buy less into my brand. I mean, the people that work for me might no longer have a job. I might need to lay some people off.
That's motivation.
So I guess if people have the same attitude, well, if I can provide better for my child if I do this. If I really take my talent serious, I can never work again, and I can afford this. I can afford my child to go to any school you want to go to. So I think that's another thing as well. So they actually have assistants and stuff like that too. So like, it's way more professional.
They ain't doing it all.
Yeah.
So,
but I don't think they're getting 8 hours of sleep. They may be taking naps throughout the day. They may get whatever little bit of time. I just think that when we say
it might be still 8 hours of sleep, even though if it's not, okay, you're right.
Up.
Okay, well, maybe it's not 8 hours of sleep, but like, sometimes I think I never just fell asleep hard. I mean, when I'm really tired, I do that, but when I fall asleep, it takes me a while to fall asleep because I'm not that sleep. I'm trying to make myself go to sleep. But when you really been working hard and you just fall asleep, that's the sleep that I feel like we should have, like, because our body's like, okay, we need it, compared to us, we just taking it.
I think it's, and then even not even just saying sleep, it's just like, it's about also, it doesn't mean like, oh, my eyes are closed and I'm sleeping. It's like, it's also just like rest. It's like I'm taking a beat to take it all in, to do whatever. But as always, we can agree to disagree.
Officially, I win.
No, officially,
because I always win.
No, because I won.
Officially, I win because I always win.
No, you don't.
But unofficially, you won.
No, officially,
unofficially, you won. I'll give you that.
No, both
unofficially, like, there's the official transcript and then there's the unofficial transcript. Nobody really wants the unofficial transcript. They really want the official joint with all the trimmings. So officially, I won because I won.
No.
So thank you.
No.
Thank you guys. We appreciate y'all.
I won.
As always.
I won.
Thank you for always,
That's the name of the episode.
Rocking with the winner, TJ, the guy.
Nobody believes you. You need more people.
Nah.
Anywho.
The lovers know I won. So anyway, we wanna thank Mornin Afta again
for being
Mornin Afta.
We truly appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. And now, before we go any further, let the people know what you got coming out and where they can find you.
Okay. Well, look, y'all need to follow me on IG first of all. It's Mornin Afta. That's MorninAfta. That's Mornin Afta. Yes. So MorninAfta. Not that hard. Morning without a G. AFTA.
Got it.
And it's like that on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. You can YouTube it, iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora. I'm literally everywhere. I'm that artist that I make sure I'm on my grind. I'm everywhere. I have a project that's dropping called The Pill 2. If you've been listening to this entire project, this entire podcast, you didn't hear me say it, but it's The Pill 2 dropping July 13th. By the time y'all hear it, it's going to be July 13th. So It's out right now, so y'all need to go ahead, go get that.
Yeah.
You're already on iTunes or wherever you are. You need to just type in Mornin Afta, and you're gonna hear some good music from Baltimore and from the world. You know, so I put my heart into this. I'm really a student of the game, and when y'all hear this, y'all gonna be like, okay, I can't wait to hear what you got a couple years from now too. So
we'll make sure to have that inside the notes, so y'all be able to follow him. Y'all have the links to his music, all that good stuff, because he's talented, and y'all heard him. He gave you a whole bunch of acapellas.
Little taste.
You know, so
this morning after.
Yeah. And on that note,
do it. You ready?
Rock out.
So, as always with us, if you have a question, a quarrel that you want me and TJ to beef about, a comment, some feedback,
you want to get on the elevator,
let us know. Email us at loversquarrelshow@gmail.com.
But if you don't want to email us, you can hit us up on Instagram
or Twitter. Instagram is at Lovers Quarrel Show. Twitter at loversquarrel7. TJ is always on there.
Always on there.
And yeah, I think that's about it, right? Yeah, I hit all the ones. I had the email, the Instagram, the Twitter. My bad.
Because your birthday's coming up and you're getting older. You're
so what you're not going to do?
You're not remembering things as much.
What you're not going to do?
I get it. You know.
Smarter than you.
That's cool because you're older.
Whatever.
So yes.
You're such a hater.
You know.
Hater.
My cougar.
But you like my old ass.
My old lady.
You came after my old ass.
Nah, you came after me. You sweating the kid. But listen,
y'all know he's lying.
Listen, y'all gonna get the episode soon. I promise y'all. And we're gonna dive deep into this relationship.
The origins.
That, you know what?
What?
When we drop that episode, it will be on our 13-year anniversary.
Our 13-year anniversary?
Our
14-year anniversary.
Is it 14?
Yeah, because I started dating in 2004.
Okay, so 14-year, whatever.
I'm losing my memory.
I've been dating you for so long that I just feel like...
Sounds like a bunch of excuses. Excuses are what?
Listen, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. My fault, Grandma. As always.
You know what?
As always.
This show about to be Lovers Quarrel. We're featuring Dani, and that's it.
Then you have no show.
Okay, we'll see.
We appreciate y'all as always.
Yes, we appreciate y'all, not him.
That's crazy. She's a hater.
This has been another episode of Lovers Quarrel. I'm your girl, Dani.
I'm your guy, TJ.
And as always, we fuss.
We fight. But we
love. Bye.
Later. And yeah, continue listening to this because we're going to have Mornin Afta song play right after. So don't close out this podcast because Can't Help It will be playing.
Because it's Mornin Afta.
You look like the baddest when we get in the house and you know I'm gon' wear you out. Hit it so hard, got you tapping out. Your body's my waist, got you maxing out. Your body's a bank and I'm cashing out. I hit it so hard, got you passing out. And your body's a pot of gold. You're on my mind, you're the only one to know. No circus, but I put on a show. Shoot what I want. I fantasize. Can't get you off my mind. Got me all in my feelings. you on a speedboat, got you taking trips Puerto Rico. Making love, listening to Migos. Let me see you charge, you don't need those. You like a model, but you ain't a dress and it's feeling your size. You look like the baddest when we get in the house, and you know I'm gon' wear you out. Hit it so hard, got you tapping out. Your body's my waist, got you maxing out. Your body's a bank and I'm cashing out. I hit it so hard, got you passing out. And your body is a pot of gold. You're on my mind, you're the only one I know. No circus, but I put on a show.